Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the CD guy, Johnny Z here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. And today I'm going to share my thoughts on the new Ghost single, Satanized, and everything you guys need to know about their upcoming studio album, Skeleta. This is the first new song of the band's next era here with frontman Papa 5 Perpetua. Satanized is the lead single for their upcoming studio album, like I said, Skeleta, which we now know is set for release on April 25th through Loma Vista Recordings, and it will be the follow-up to this great album right here, Impera from 2022. And here's the official track listing for Skeleta. You guys can see it right over here. 10 tracks in total. Track number 1, Peacefield. Track number 2, Lacrima. Track 3, Satanized. Track 4, Guiding Lights. Track 5, De Profundis Borealis. Track 6, Cenotaph. Track 7, Missilia Amori. Track 8, Marks of the Evil One. Track 9, Umbra. And Track 10, Excelsis. And we now know the name of the next tour as well, which had previously been redacted. We didn't know what the name was. Now we know it will be called the Skeletor, which is really cool. Hopefully He-Man doesn't sue. But, you know, I have my tickets to see them live on this tour. My first time seeing Ghost headline, and I can't wait. So there's a ton to be excited about here. You know, let's dive into the new single. You know, it's funny, because every time there's a new Papa, and every time there's a new album cycle, it always goes like this, right? The general consensus is always, well, I'm not sure about this new song, and I'm not sure about this new Papa. I missed the old one. And then, you know, you start listening to it even more, and the song gets stuck in your head, and all of a sudden you're listening to it over and over and over again. It's on repeat constantly, and, you know, you go through every stage of this in about 4 or 5 different listens, right, before you can fully appreciate the new song. And it happens for every new Ghost song. Every time they roll out a new album, this is the pattern. And Ghosts are a really unique band, you know, where it takes a few listens to, you know, really appreciate the new music. And I'm not really sure why, but I guess, you know, it takes time for the track to become an earworm, which is exactly what Satanized is. The new single is full of great hooks. I really enjoy it, you know, and it's definitely easy to tell why this was the first song released, right? It definitely has that commercial vibe to it, and I'm glad the band aren't dropping, you know, the more commercial aspect of their sound, and that was something I saw a lot of people had wanted online, you know, for the band to kind of go back to the darker sound of the earlier albums. But I think to do that entirely would be counterproductive to, you know, all the success the band have had up to this point, you know, and it becomes a challenge for sure for a band like Ghost, you know, when you get to a certain point, you know, to write new music, to keep the casual fans happy with radio-friendly, poppier material, and also not alienate the hardcore fan base who've been there since the beginning. And I think Ghost found a great middle ground here. You know, I definitely get Meliora vibes from Satanized, and it's a bit poppier, though, with a cleaner sound, so I absolutely love the chorus here as well, and that's where I really feel the 80s influence style on this track. You know, the chorus sounds like it could have been ripped straight out of a Scorpion song, and it definitely follows the pattern of, you know, the way all Ghost songs go, right? Through my ears at least, where, you know, at first you're like, this is good, but not great, and then it gets stuck in your head, and all of a sudden you love it, right? And so after a few listens, I definitely really enjoyed this song, and I'm excited for the new record. The production is one aspect that I really stood out to me. You know, I love how pronounced the bass is throughout, and how crisp I think the vocals sound, and, you know, if this is any indication, this might be the cleanest sounding Ghost record yet. The guitar solo here is amazing as well, and it's going to be really cool to hear that live, and it could very well be my recency bias, but, you know, when all is said and done, that one could, you know, rank right up there with Respite on the Spitalfields for, you know, some of my favorite Ghost guitar solos in their catalog. And, you know, like I said, this track is definitely inspired by Meliora, but also has this atmosphere of, you know, a cheesy 80s horror vibe, which I enjoy, and, you know, I'm looking forward to hearing if the rest of the record follows suit. Back to the vocals on this track, Tobias Forge sounds great here, you know, and his voice has been getting more and more powerful, you know, for years now, and I'm really excited to hear this song and his voice live, you know, which is going to be a little different now with the new Papa 5 mask, which only covers half of the face, kind of like a Phantom of the Opera-inspired mask, and that gives him more mobility to sing without the mask interfering with his live vocals, which has been an issue for him in the past, and so it looks like, you know, they won't be much of an impediment for him anymore, which is a great thing. You know, you guys saw the new Papa in the thumbnail of the video. The mask is very cool. It's a lot more open. The longer hair is really cool as well. I dig the purple color scheme, and the band's new imagery never misses. The ghouls look awesome as well. The new Papa looks absolutely killer. So if you're a Ghost fan, there's a lot to be excited about right now. Satanized, great new single, new album coming out in April. The new Papa is here. Papa 5 looks awesome as well, and yeah, cannot wait to see this tour live in a few months. Going to be some really exciting stuff for sure. So that wraps up this brief video here. Just wanted to share my thoughts on the new Ghost single, Satanized, and and talk a little bit about their upcoming studio album, Skeleta. Really excited for it, and Satanized, I think, is a great lead single. It's got some great hooks, very poppy, but also a bit of a throwback, I think, to Meliora, which I enjoyed quite a bit. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss a new upload. I'll be covering all things Skeleta as we get closer to the new album, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that. And until next time, it's the CD guy, Johnny Z, signing off. Take care, everybody.